1996 at reputed institutions including Jadavpur University and Annamalai University. He has actively contributed to teaching and training in quality management and related disciplines. He has presented and published numerous technical papers in Indian and international journals and magazines, particularly in the field of printing and industrial management, a recipient of multiple international quality awards, including gold medals. He is also a government approved valuer for plant and machinery. His expertise spans total quality management, TQM, project management, strategic management, consulting training, and operational excellence across diverse industrial sectors. Uh, Now I would like to request Roy Saab, please take over.
Good afternoon. Good morning, everybody. I
Good
am
morning.
audible. First, tell me I am audible clearly.
Yes, you are, sir.
And okay, fine. Now, hope everybody is fine and in cheerful mood because I want to add little bit cheer over that. Now, the topic that I'll be taking is a quality control and quality assurance. If you remember, I have talked about the TQM, which is the bigger umbrella. And today I'll be talking the part of this umbrella. And in this umbrella, that quality control and quality assurance plays a very vital role. So before I start, I will ask you a question. What do you mean by quality? I'll be telling you what is quality, but before that, I want to tell one thing. The things which doesn't add any value is called the waste. So I believe that I will try to add value as much as I can, and you will also add value to this presentation by clearing your doubts anywhere if you fail. Now let's move. By the end of this session, you will be able to understand what is quality assurance and what is quality control. I will say one is the cause, other is the effect. Quality control is the cost and quality assurance is the effect. The differentiate between quality assurance and quality control. What is the difference? Learn quality management principles, understand tools and techniques used in quality assurance and quality control, apply quality practices in daily operations. So you will gain all this. Now the question comes one by one, agenda will come. Introduction to quality, quality assurance, quality control, quality assurance by quality control, quality tools, what are the quality tools that you can use, inspection and testing, that is a very vital part. Then case study for make you free to learn what the benefits you are getting with the quality control assurance and what are the best practices that is being prevailing in today's world. And then the quiz and discussion that we can continue if time permits. Now, what is quality? Quality is a degree to which a product or service meets customer requirements and expectations. Basically, in any business, we treat the customer as a god because we cannot make as we want. We have to think what customer want and where the customer will be satisfied. But I don't believe in customer satisfaction because every company, every concern is trying to satisfy the customer, but I believe in customer delight. What is customer delight? It's the one step ahead of the customer satisfaction, like buy two, get one free. These are very simple examples that customer knows I'm getting whatever I'm paying, but above that I'm getting one thing free. So that is called the customer delight. Now the question is, what is the customer's demand, fitness for use? whatever the things that I am making or supplying, it should meet the customer expectation. It should conforms to the requirements. What is the requirement? Why the customer is buying it? It should conform with that. Customer satisfaction, I tell you, I will tell you, not only satisfaction, but the customer delight is necessary to be at least one step ahead of the competition. And continuous improvement, nowadays they call continual improvement. You have to improve daily. This is everywhere in our life. Now, importance of quality, I told you the customer satisfaction, reduce defect. It's a very useful point. You have to reduce your defects. The more you make defects, the more the cost of quality increases. And if the cost of quality increases, your price will be increased and customer will not be happy. They will get alternative in the market. So try to reduce defects. It should be as lower cost, but it should not be like Chinese lower cost. It should be qualitatively superb, but at a very affordable cost. I won't say lower cost, because lower cost is such a word, it doesn't suit everybody. No, lower cost, affordable cost, what customer can afford. Improve reputation. Reputation is nothing but the brand reputation, your branding. Regulatory compliance, whatever the government compliances are there, that you have to follow. Then increase profitability, that is always there, because we are doing business for the profit. We are not a charitable organization. Cost of poor quality, I just told you before, just some minutes before. Rework. Why rework? Because I have not produced the right quality at the right time. That is why it's being rejected. So we have to rework. It also increases the expenses. Now scrap. Whatever I am producing, it should not be scrap, because that is again a loss to the company. Customer complaints. Customer complaints should not be there. That is our job. We will make such a product that it should not have complaint. There should not be any return of the product. Return of the products means whatever the expenses that you have incurred by supplying it, it has returned means total loss. And the next is loss of business, what I've told you. Now, there is a formula for cost of poor quality, which we call COPQ. The cost of poor quality means internal failure plus external. Internal failures means what the failures has happened inside your factory or inside your establishment. Plus external failure, we have produced the right thing, but the supply, whoever has been taken, the supplier who have delivered it, that damaged it. So both this cost will be added, and that will be total cost of quality, and that is the cost of poor quality too. Now, what is quality assurance? Definition I have told you in my earlier session also. Quality assurance is a systematic process. It should not be human verbal driven. It should be a system which will guide you to focus on preventing defects by improving process. Because previously it was on a inspection and repair. Now we are not doing it. We are assuring the quality. That means we have to prevent our defects by improving process. So process should be foolproof. Now, what our focuses are? Prevention. Yes, we have to prevent any damage, any breakdown, any losses. Process oriented. It should not be human mind wise. No, it should be totally, there is layout process. Everybody should follow it. And proactive effort. We should not act after the breakdown has happened. No, we have to act before, so that the breakdown doesn't happen. That is called proactive approach. In proactive approach, in my later discussion, any other day, I will talk about the condition-based monitoring, because you have to check the condition of whatever you are using. And if you find every material has got a specification and the life cycle, and if that life cycle is being over, you have to replace it immediately. Don't do it. No, that will turn to be a very costful life of your production. So proactive approach is necessary. In our future programs, I will tell about the condition-based monitoring. Now, what is this in your company, in your institution, in your whatever the things you are doing? You have to make a standard. What is the quality standard? Because that is in your vision. My qualities will such that nobody will think twice before buying my quality. That is called standards, and that standards makes a brand image. And if you have got a good brand, then you don't have to think alternative. You'll straight go and buy it blindly. Ensure process consistency. It's not that today the quality is good, tomorrow the quality is bad. It should be a consistent good quality. That also builds the brand image. Prevent defects. I will say not prevent defect. There should not be any defect at all. Our main target is that the defect free or the zero defect. That is the ultimatum of any organization, any association, any company. Improve efficiency. You keep on increasing your improving the efficiency of it. That is why the word continuous improvement comes in. You have to improve every. It's not that today you have improved, tomorrow you have not back. No, whatever you have assured, you have to be there, and above on that, you have to improve. And customer requirement, because customer is our God, we have to meet their requirements. Common activities is the quality planning. That is the main part. Before you do the quality assurance, you have to make the quality planning. What will be our standard? What will be our timeline? What will be the price? Quality should come in every phase of the activities. SOP, I think most of you know the SOP, standard operating procedure. And the standard operating procedure should be completely spelled out so that everybody follows that same standard operation. There is no chance of any experiment on it. You can do the experiment before making the SOPs, but once the SOP is established, you cannot do any experiment. Process documentation. There is a word called the things which can't be measured, can't be judged. So that is why documentation is necessary. So whatever the things that you are doing, whether it's good or bad, that should be jotted down. That is why the internal audits is very necessary. Because mostly in the fact is, you see, if you have done something defect, we'll try to suppress that. No, internal audits help us to find out what lies our defects, and they gives us a solution for a continuous improvement. Employee training. Most of the company doesn't believe it. Why you will spend so much? Because the ultimate is the employee who will deliver the thing. If they are not being trained, how you expect that they will deliver the best? And the risk assessment, it is also a very big thing. The machine should or anything should be such a design or SOP should be such that there should not be any risks of accident, risks of other things, risks of bad materials, risks of bad quality. So all these risks has to be assessed before and have to make plan to overcome all these risks. Now you might have heard that cycle named PDCL, Plan, Do, Check, Act. Suppose we want to do something, the first thing is necessary is the plan. Plan perfectly. Then according to the plan, you do the work and check it. If you see, okay, everything, whatever you have planned is okay, then fine. Act. Suppose in this stage, in checking, you find no, not every step is accurate, then again you have to recycle it. Like again, you have to plan it. You have to check. Only when the final product is as per your requirement, then only you act. So plan is nothing but a set of objectives. Do is implement the process, check, monitor the result, act, improve continuously. That is not buzzword. You cannot stop that I have improved a lot. I cannot do much. No, sorry. There is in each and every gate, there is a chance of improvement. Our production quality or any process quality, there are gates concepts. What are the gate concepts? Because in every activity, there is one supplier, one is a customer. Suppose my father is sitting, he's an old man, and he says to your mummy, hey, हमको एक कप चाय पिलाओ, please give me a cup of tea. And by that time, I was being a son walking through it. And then my mommy told me, hey, Suresh, why don't you bring a cup of tea for your dad? So here the three operations came in. In the first of the operation, your father was a customer and your mummy was the supplier. But when the mummy told you, then mummy became the customer and you became the supplier. So these are called the gates. So every gate is completely leak proof, quality proof. Then the tea will come the best. So you have to improve in this way continuously. Now, so long we are talking about the quality assurance. Now, what is quality control then? Quality control. Quality is a process used to identify defects in finished products or services. Quality control. Because previously, if you see the quality circle, first inspection came in, then after the inspection or after the breakdown, we used to repair it. But the people find no, it nahi chal sakta, this cannot continue. So you have to make some systematic way so that this sort of thing never happens. So that is there the quality control comes in. Focus is detection. I have to detect in my first step. Second is it should be product oriented. I cannot apply how you make a jalebi to making a rasgulla. Sorry. Everything has a laid down process and SOPs. We have to follow that. And reactive approach. Reactive approach means it's not an active approach. After anything happens, we react. But in the TQM that I have told is a total management, no reactive approach is there. So TQM is their father, ultimately TQM's father is zero defect. Quality control activities like inspection, I told you, after inspection, you have to test it whether whatever you have done is perfect or not. Then you have to measure. The things which are not measurable cannot be judged. Sampling, you have to take random sampling used to do in the quality control, but in quality management, don't have to do any sampling because you are assured that the quality of whatever is coming in is perfect. Product verification, you have to follow your SOPs and the specifications that you have laid down. That is why the product verification should be done. And final acceptance check. Final acceptance check where this is the final gate where everything will be checked, and if found anything wrong, then it will be again go back. That is why the Japanese they are following Muri Muda approach. In my future lectures, I will talk about the Japanese way of quality management. Kaizen, Muri, Muda, just in time, these are all, and that is why Japanese become successful. Type of inspection. What are the types of inspection? Because for a production of any goods, you need the incoming materials. The materials is needed. So you have to start your quality checking before receiving the materials, whether you are getting the right materials or not. Raw materials inspection plays a very vital role. Then during the process, you have to check the whether this material is behaving perfectly in your process during the production, and a final inspection is being done before delivery. So that is called the final check. That is why the rubber stamp or whatever the standard you have made, they make it checked and verified for disbursal. Now, quality control process starts with this input to production, production to inspection, inspection to testing, and then approval or reject. What are the benefits of quality control? Defects identification. You know what are the defects that was there, and you have to control the defect. In this quality control, you can control it, but you cannot assure it. In the quality assurance, you have to assure it. That should not be identification. Product reliability. It is there for any process. Every product or every service should have the reliability. Improve customer satisfaction. I told you the customer satisfaction, everybody is trying it, but I don't use the word customer satisfaction, rather I use customer delight. And reduce market failure. Market is the main place where you are selling your product. So if the market rejects it, you are gone. So that is why you have to make such a quality or SOP, standard operating procedure, or your vision and mission, so that you should be at least one step ahead of the competition. Now, real life examination is quality assurance, stop creation. I told you before that don't do any type of the experiment. Whatever the experiment you have to do before making SOP, standard operating procedure. Operator training, which is very much needed. If you spend some time, if you spend some money, if the operators are well trained, then the breakdown will come down and it may be zero in one stage and the operating cost will be reduced. Machine calibration, you don't do the calibration during process. You have to make your machine calibrated before you start your production, so that you are completely sure that whatever the machine will function, it will function right. Then quality control, what is the difference? Product inspection, yes, you have to do the product inspection. Dimensional checks like that. Functional testing, these are come. Functional testing means what for you have brought this material, whether it is suitable for that function or not. Now, relationship between quality assurance and quality control. Quality assurance means builds the process quality, because it is giving you the assurance that whatever the process that we are following is an assured quality. Quality control, it checks, verifies quality. You have to every time check it, inspect it. No. So that is the quality control. So quality assurance came after quality control to make it completely stable, and it should be completely defect free. Both, but in one sense, if you see, both work together to achieve customer satisfaction. You cannot reject anyone. Now, what I told you were the various tools that are available in the markets that checks it. You also do in everyday life. You also do in everyday life. Suppose mommy or daddy has given me to buy something, they make an list, and before delivering it, after in the market, we used to check whether it is I bought this or not. This is called the check sheet. Histogram, the histogram diagram is a completely um, computerized way of knowing how much improvement you need. What is Pareto chart? I have told those who are in my previous lecture, they know what is Pareto. It's called the 80-20 principle. What is the 80-20 principle? It has been observed that 80% defects is happen only for 20% result. And if you can attack that 20%, 80% of your defects will go out. So this is called the Pareto chart. It's being developed by Japanese. Cause and effect diagram. Cause and effect diagram means there is a diagram where the causes are being noted in the horizontal area, and the effect, what are the effects of those faults, is being given on other part of it. That also, this is being made by the Ishikawa, the Japanese management guru, and it is also known as fishbone analysis. Fishbone analysis in the sense, the main bone is the cause, and from the main bone, the other bones are coming in. That for one for man, one for material, one for money, one for method, one for system. So even in that main bone in fish, you will find small mm, uh, bones are also there. So if you want to make complete eatable without seeing it, you have to make it totally boneless. And these bones are nothing but your fault or defect. So one by one, you have to attack it and you have to remove it to make that fish completely boneless. The scatter diagram, it was used before, but nowadays it's not being used. Control chart, every day we are doing it, because we are taking a graph and putting the each and every parameters in a chart, and we draw. We can see whether we are improving or you are not. A flow chart is always there, because everybody should know flow. What is the first stage? What is the second stage? What is the third stage? So from the initial up to the finish, there should be continuous flow diagram, and you have to follow that. flow chart. I told you about the fishbone, like the main bones, from main bones, man, machine, method, material, measurement, environment. So this is how the root cause analysis is being done, and we have to take out all the root bone free so that we can check it easily. Control charts. What is the control chart? This is also one first step for going to Six Sigma level, because in the Six Sigma level, you have to do statistical quality control, SQC or SPC, statistical process control. And in this process control, there's a baseline, which is called the zero line. And each and every time, you have to check the quality of materials, because that baseline is your desired quality. If something goes wrong, 10%, 50% out of your desired, you put an drop, you put an drop there. So you will find some is above the quality, some is not, and some is below the quality. And that is this above the quality we call upper control limit, and the lower control limit is far below the standard. But our aim is that there should not be anything on the upper control limit. There shouldn't be anything in the lower control limit. But normally it's being seen that it's in a sine curve. It is a sine curve. So we have to reduce both upper control and reduce slowly, and make it absolutely horizontal. And that point is called the zero control. That is called center line. Okay. Now, there is a very beautiful technique that you have, which is called 5 why technique. If I ask you a question, why we are here, what will be answer? You'll be telling me, sir, we are here to learn about the quality control and quality assurance. Next, you ask again, why? Why quality control and assurance? I will say, no, sir, we have to know what is quality control, what is quality assurance. Okay. Then third, why? Why we have to know? Then your answer will be, sir, if we don't know, how will control it? How will assure it? So in this way, you ask 5 why, 6 why, 7 why, until that you are coming, yes, that is it. Now, next stage, how we will control it. So that is called 5W1H concept, maybe 6W1H, maybe 7W1H. But in everyday life, if you ask this question, why, continuously, we'll find out what is the reason behind it. And you just attack that, and every problem will be solved. Continue asking until the root cause is identified. Inspection and testing. Inspection method means there are various ways of inspection methods, like visual inspection method, then surface defects method. Visual inspection, you all know. Surface defects, that is safe or is safe and is okay or not. Appearance, it looks good or not. Dimension inspection, you have to check whatever the dimension that I have ordered, it is following that or not. Measuring tool, you have, because everything you cannot judge by your eye, it needs a measuring tool to judge it. Functional inspection, you take a sample, and whatever the function that material has to be done, you can do that. And performance verification. And after all, you have to whatever the desired result that you expect, whether it is there or not. Sample inspection advantage means you can do faster at a lower cost and practical for large batches. Because it is fast, you can check it immediately. Disadvantage, risks of missed defects. That eyes cannot detect everything. That is why the machine check is necessary. Acceptance, what is the criteria? A product can be only accepted when it meets the specification, passes the requirement tests, and complies with the standard. So that we have spoken many times. I think you are aware of this thing now. International quality standard, common standard is ISO 9001, ISO 14001, ISO 45,000, GMP, and Six Sigma. To me, Six Sigma is the best. 3.1 defects in 1 million copy is Six Sigma. Nowadays, they're trying to go to the even Six Sigma, one defect in 1 million copy. And after that, they will be definitely trying to make zero defect. ISO 9001 is the same principle, customer focus, because quality deals with the customer. Leadership. Now, in the leadership, I must tell those who are in a big managerial position, I always tell, I don't need managers. I need leaders who can lead. Because managers only manage, but they cannot lead the team. I need leaders who can manage as well as can do the job. So my buzzword is the industry doesn't need managers nowadays. They need leaders. It should be process driven. It should not be human, whatever I feel good, I will proceed. No, sorry. Then the continuous improvement. Continuous improvement means that the improvement, whatever you have achieved, you have to stay on that. And apart from there, you have to again improve it. So keep on improving, then only the best thing will come. And evidence-based decisions mean you have to, whatever the things that you are doing, you have to measure. There's things which can't be measured, which can't be judged. So all the evidence should be there. Quality assurance actions, review procedures. Every time you have to review your procedures, that the procedures need any improvement. If needed, change it. Employee training is a continuous training process. You have to train the employee on a regular basis, and audit has to be done. Whatever you are thinking, it should be audited, because auditor is not how the many people, they are very afraid of the auditor because they doesn't want to face auditor. Why? Because auditor is not your enemy. Auditor is finding out your defect and he will suggest to get it rectified. The more you get it rectified, the more you will be a perfectionist. Quality control actions are increase in inspection. That means you have to do more and more inspection. Testing part, you have to train continuously and monitor defects trend. You have to do the trend analysis, how your defects, whether it's improving or it's not improving.
Roy sir, this is Dr. Swaroop. If
Yeah,
you permit, I can come in for a couple of minutes.
definitely, definitely.
And first of all, sir, what you are doing is a wonderful thing, and we are basically trying to have our people to become the best in the world. That is the whole idea, and you are trying your best to make sure that people understand the message that we wish to convey. Uh, just a small suggestion which I want to
Yeah,
make, Mr. Roy. Uh, I recall when way back in late 60s or 70s, I was constructing my house, or rather, my father was constructing my residence house in Patna. The mason that we had, he came in there, and then I asked him a question that how much will be the span of the beam and what will be the quantum of reinforcement that you are going to be putting in the roof slab. And he just looked at it and he said, well, your room has got a width of 12 feet. So therefore, the beam depth is going to be 12 inches. And the slab, you require 1 kilogram of the steel every square foot. And I was also a student of design engineering. So I just then made the assessment. And those days you would recall, it always used to be M150, we used to call it at that time. M15 is
right,
what we
right,
call.
right.
And nominal mix was being put there. So that was 1:4 was the ratio, and that was that. Now, the same thing happened in case of foundations where there were brick foundations that were being made, and he told very clearly and very emphatically that these are the steps and we are going to go so deep. That's it. Basically, he was not a very educated person. He did not have technical qualifications, but he had something what we call as thumb rules. And these thumb rules basically reflected the real quality of the product. Let me tell you that house still is there. We have absolutely no problem. It is one of the sturdiest structures that has ever been created. That was the quality, and the fellow was basically sitting and doing things. I'm sure you would have experienced similar things.
Exactly, Dr. Swarup.
Yeah.
You were in the process debate. That is what I'm trying. That is where I'm
No,
trying to put.
Raisa, what I am trying to suggest is that when one is on the field, one does not have access to many of the softwares and programs and books and other things. But there are basic fundamentals, and these fundamentals cannot be violated.
Right?
My request to you will be that having taught them everything, having spoken about Six Sigma and everything which have got utility, I think there are 4 or 5 tips that you should give to our people. They are the younger lot people. They know exactly how to take it forward. And believe you me, they will be so happy and obliged that they are going to take it to their subordinates and even the younger lot. And that is going to be something which is going to be extremely, extremely helpful. I will cite another example. Those days we did not have equipment to transport heavy material. And you will remember that workers used to kind of roll all these things on tree trunks or even steel pipes. And while they were doing all these things and shifting the material, heavy material, they used to be making a noise in unison. And they used to say, Boli bol raha hai.
Hmm.
और वो पूरा का पूरा जत्था जो था वो एक साथ बोली बोलता था.
Right.
What was the idea? The idea was when they are together in the team and they make that kind of a sound together, then the impact itself used to move that heavy equipment.
Exactly.
They only knew that uh, our foreman Babu or supervisor Babu or engineer Babu has said that, so we are going to be doing it. But
Blind,
the
blind following.
I would not say blind following. After a while, they used to be making this as a source of entertainment also.
Yeah.
And
Oh, acha.
if you, I don't want to speak about it, but then they will be making such kind of bodies which used to entertain them. And they, in spite of all the tough work of the day, they could basically vent out their feelings, which you and I know what they are.
Yeah, yeah.
So, so I think those are the kind of things you please kindly convey to our friends here, and they should train and teach their children. Children means the professional children accordingly. You see, one of the tyrannies or the sad part of our life today is that we don't have elders who tell the stories. So you are the one who is going to be telling the story to them.
Oh,
Thank you
thank
so
you.
much. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much, Roy sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I just want
Yeah.
to add one thing with you this version,
Hmm.
because we all know Einstein. And there's
Yes.
one lecture of the Einstein, one proverb I will say. Einstein told, I don't
Hmm.
need to know everything in this world. I only need to know where I will get it when I will need it.
Exactly. Exactly. That's the point. That's the point. And that answers to one of the questions which one of the friends has raised, that how can it reduce the cost or contain the cost if we understand the QA and QC systems. It's all about reduction of cost. It
Yes.
is all about reduction of cost. You do
It's
it
all
properly
I
once, yeah, you do it properly once, you spend 100 rupees. But if you do not do it properly, you continue spending 10 rupees every 6 months or 1 year. And that will come out to be a huge, huge cost. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Please carry
yes.
on. I'm sorry I have disrupted
No,
you,
no, no, no,
but
no.
I have a.
I want these interactive sessions because if I cannot add value to my lectures, that means it's a waste. I always believe that I have to add value to it, and when you are speaking means you are adding value to my lecture. So then it becomes that
हमारा
win-win
हमारा
situation.
हमारा रॉय साहब जो शुरू के दिनों में हमारे बॉस होते थे,
हाँ,
उनका नाम था मिस्टर हीरक बासु। और उनका क्या होता था कि जब बैठेंगे साथ में तो बोलते हैं चलो
हाँ,
गोल्फ करेंगे, गोल्फो करेंगे,
हाँ, हाँ,
हैं,
right?
गोल्फो करेंगे। तो बड़ा मजा आता था गोल्फो करने में।
हाँ,
चलिए गोल्फो करिए एकदम। थैंक यू सो मच। थैंक यू, थैंक यू,
okay, okay. Thank you too. Now let me
थैंक यू,
come to the
थैंक
best practices. Uh, what is the quality control best practices? Standard inspection plan. This standard word should be there in every step, whether it is a quality control or it is a quality assurance, whether it is a quality management, or where, because in every phase, standards should be there. And from this standard, the SOP, standard operating procedure, came in. Calibrate his instrument. Most of the time we find we are using the instrument which has never been calibrated for a long time and giving error results. So we have to calibrate the instrument on a continuous method. Accurate record. Don't play with the record. If you are wrong, please mention that yes, it is wrong. Then there is a chance scope of improving. And if you don't say that, you will do on doing the defects every time. So keep on a chance for an improvement. That I always take breakdown as not a breakdown. I always take the breakdown is an opportunity to improve myself. If I can solve out those breakdowns or any problem, then I will know a different new method to solve it. So in future, if that sorts of the breakdown or the defect comes in, I am not worried about it because I know the solution automatically. So what are the key takeaways? Remember quality assurance. Yes, you have to. Quality control, detect defects. Quality assurance, you have to prevent defects, and quality control is detect defects. Because nowadays hardly anybody is following quality control. At least they are following quality assurance. Are those who are advanced, they are following delivering customers that TQM. Together delivery customer satisfaction and continuous improvement, that I told you that you have to improve continuously. Now the continuous improvement has been changed to continual improvement, and the continuous and continual, there is a rhythm change. Continual means is the trend which is moving in continuously. There is a fixed frequency of that, and continuous means I am doing continuous but not on a regular way. So this is the difference. Now, I have to ask you a question. Quality assurance is proactive or reactive? What is your suggestion? Just
It's a
give me
proactive.
after. Is a
It's a
proactive.
proactive.
Exactly. Quality is not reactive. Reactive means you are in a quality control. Quality control focuses on process or product. Next question. You just try to remember, try to recollect, because it's I tell you, in the quality control, there is no process demand. It's a product demand. Every time you're checking and repairing it. So definitely quality control is focuses on product, not on process. But quality assurance focuses on process because it's a process driven. What does PDCA stand for? Can anybody remember? I told you that PDCA means
Yeah, plan.
Plan, do, check,
Plan,
and
do,
act.
check, act. Plan, do, check, act.
Act, right, exactly. So every time you have to do the PDCA cycle. They call the PDCA cycle. It's not only for the factory or the, in your life also you start doing it. Why I have to face this problem? Why put on, and ultimately you will find the root cause. And if you attack that, it will go over. Name two quality tools.
Six Sigma.
Six Sigma is the ultimatum. I haven't spoken. Six Sigma definitely the best quality tool, but I haven't till now. I have not taken session on the Six Sigma. It's the best, no doubt. But in this quality control and quality assurance, what is the tool?
Pattern analysis,
Right,
pattern chart, scatter diagram.
right, right. So fishbone analysis and peridot analysis, these are the two major things. Right, exactly.
PTK.
Good. What is the purpose of the inspection? What do you think?
To avoid the rework.
If if you don't inspect, you won't get anything, you know. They know, hey, this gentleman doesn't this way. कोई सामान है चला दो. So that is why the inspection is necessary. But in the longer stage, when I will talking about the Japanese principle, it is also automatic system. I have been to the one Toyota factory there in Japan, and I have seen after 6 o'clock nobody there is in the factory, but the process is going on. They have such a system. If the materials which is coming automatically, it is being checked automatically. All is machine driven. And it's amazing. I can't believe it. Let's hope our country will come to this stage one day. And last of all, thank you very much for this session. If you have got any questions, you can always ask me in any of the topics that you are not clear. Please.
Mr. Roy, this is DK Dhar.
Yes, yes.
You know what
Welcome.
I've
Yes, Mr. DK Dhar, you are from?
I'm from Calcutta. I'm an
Oh,
international team.
acha, acha, acha.
Acha. Now, Dr. Sarup is also there.
Yeah,
This Indigenous Council of India, I understand, is meant for very high level of engineering personnel
yeah,
and the younger generation to make them very proficient in the engineering. One thing
okay,
is, we are talking about technicalities, everything.
yeah,
Everything gets solved. In last 53 years of my career, I have seen
right,
that if you can bring the psychologically, philosophically, bring the ownership, the ownership, the thinking of ownership, taking over the project as an ownership by an
yeah.
engineer, that's sort of an attitude in the student, in the engineering.
Exactly. You have used the right word, right buzzword, attitude.
First study is Engineers Council of India should bring philosophers, high the level of philosophers who can fill in their mind of engineers how to take the ownership of the project. There are crores of engineers in the world,
Right.
but some get success, some don't get success. Why? The difference is that those engineers who can take the ownership of the project, they become successful.
Hmm?
Hello?
Darsa,
Yeah,
can I make a small comment?
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Can I make a small
Yes, yes,
comment?
of course, of course.
Sure, sir. We are listener. You are we have
Yeah.
always want to talk,
We are
listen you.
we are
No,
always
no,
waiting for your
no,
comments.
no, no. I have got your comment, and let me also tell you something wonderful. You have been there in the business for 53 years. Hello. Can you mute yourself, sir?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have been there in the business for 53 years, and almost all, even me, I have also been around the same time. You are talking about a very, very important issue, and that is to take the ownership. Let me just tell you that there is something which is very exclusive to construction engineers, and that is what should make all of us very proud. We have all those old edifices like Taj Mahal, Red Fort, Golconda thing, and whatever you have there. It is actually the king who constructed those things they are remembered. But nobody remembers the people who did that. One more suggestion that I would like to make to all our engineers, and that is what is going to make them really the owners of the properties which they may not own. There are three suggestions. Number one, keep talking to your children and, of course, the younger lot about the structures that you have built. You own them. Like I take my grandchildren And I try to tell them that in Bombay, this is the structure that I constructed. That is a cement plant which I constructed. Of course, I was not the only one, there were plenty of them. But I have the ownership. And my grandchildren and children also go around and say that, yes, this is what the granddaddy did. Like I take the great pride, my grandfather himself was a Thompsonian. He was a civil engineer. And he was the one who extricated the temple of Konark in Odisha. And this is a recorded fact with the Archaeological Society of India and all. That basically prompted me to choose his profession and go in the line. That is the professional pride and that is the ownership. I know my family does not own the temple of Konark, but one of my ancestors, he did that. So try to bring in there, and that is what is going to give you the emotional connect. Talking about the role of ECI, the very reason why we conduct this program every week, every Sunday, is that people should be aware about the ideas. And we are trying to get elderly people who have seen the life, who have seen those who are familiar with the background of construction industry as to how we started and where we have gone to. Those are the kind of experiences that have to be given to the younger lot. There is one very small thing that I just want to add here. Quality is very important. All of us know there is no two disputes about it. But then let us not forget that you are not the only one. And as an engineer, I am not the only one who constructs it. There are multiple uh, elements that are attached to it. The workers, the supervisors. Do we really find out that these workers are capable? Are they having enough knowledge, at least till the stage where they are going to be working? Are their supervisors capable of it? Because you can't be there 24 hours, 365 days, and somebody else is doing things, and monkey trick can basically spoil the whole thing. That's one part of it. Think about it. And that is the reason why educating even the workers and supervisors, that is extremely, extremely important because you may be the best surgeon, but if your operation theater assistant does not know how to sterilize the equipment, the patient can really get into a very dire situation. So, that is the first element. The second element is even more important. That is the type of material that we use. Who is supplying? Is that material really good or it has some flaws? You can just go around any of the cities, see the multi-story structures, and you can see that the toilet blocks are very much visible because the seepage takes place and those water patches are everywhere. Is that the way we are going to be constructing the edifices and monuments? No, I'm sorry. So you have to basically check each and every link of the chain. If you just lose one link, weak, the strength of the chain will be measured by the weakest link. This is all that I have to say. Right, Dharsa? This is precisely what I was. Thank you.
Absolutely, whatever you told is a fine because whatever you have told, I always give stress on the attitude. First thing, the human's attitude should be changed because the only thing is constant in this world is change. Because nowadays I have noticed the top man they doesn't want to change. They have stopped reading. You have to change continuously. That attitude first come in. You have to unlearn something you have learned because the world is moving fast. So before, if you doesn't unlearn the old philosophy or old things, you cannot learn the new things. So all this needs a good attitude. And if the attitude comes, then automatically the ownership comes in. Slowly, slowly. To some people it's fast, some people slower. But ultimately, if you own that thing, then everything becomes your own. You don't have to worry. As a top boss, you are the happiest man in this world. That is my view. Any more questions, any more thing that you want to discuss?
So, what are the new things in the QA quality sector? Because quality is there from a very long time. What is the new
Yeah,
development nowadays?
there are new things, because nowadays, first thing we have gone to it a small part of TQM, but the TQM had a lot of avenues to be discussed. Like we have to go details in cost of poor quality. We have to know the Kaizen, small improvement by the people who are running it. Then small improvement makes a bigger improvement. Then before doing the Kaizen, we have to know 5S theories. 5S Japanese famous. We have to know the 5S. Then Muri, Muda, Jidoka. Then SPC, SQC. Then lead to the Six Sigma. So that is the path we have to move. Then only the total quality management picture will come in. These are still there. And somebody makes debate with the TQM and the ISO. Both are almost same thing. It's like the different branding. But I believe in TQM, the Japanese technology is even still superior than the ISO. Though ISO is an international standard, but still I believe in the Japanese because I have seen the Japanese doing it. There are a lot of avenues.
Thank you, sir.
Sir,
Thank you.
any AI technology introduced in QA and QC, sir?
Repeat, I didn't got it.
Any AI technology introduced in QA QC till this moment?
Any?
Because everywhere AI, artificial intelligence.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You see, the AI has simplifies everything. There are news being introduced by the AI. Yeah, this was I see 300. The concept of 300 and concept of 301. But AI definitely have made our thinking process. We don't have to think so much. Just give it to AI. AI will give you the solution. But by the way of doing it, the public will stop reading it. Public will stop learning it. So that is what is what. But definitely there is no end. It's a continuous improvement system. Some more thing will come in future.
So there are very many cons to this, approach to the
Yeah, there
AI.
is a con because
But the
previously
thing is that, as you said, that we are outsourcing our thinking to the AI. That is the problem, actually.
yes, true. Everything has got a pros and cons because we are taking the benefits of AI, but they are basically damaging the human brain and the thought process. We'll stop thinking. That is not good. Ultimately, AI has been created by the human being. It's a product of the human brain. So that is the
Ra-
bad
uh,
thing is there.
Rai Saab, I will just add one or two things.
Yeah.
See, now AI has come, whether we criticize it, whether we like it or not, it is there. The best is to use it. And industry has started using it in a big way.
Right.
See, because AI is basically with machine learning, it is looking at the data which is being produced. So wherever we find failures, and this data is keep on getting uploaded in the system. So with AI tools, we are able to find out the exact reason where things are going wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
It also helps in, it is known, it is also helping in a big way in predictive maintenance.
Exactly.
Predictive maintenance is also in a way to assure quality aspects. Particularly in steel plant, what I have found is it is having a tremendous use because each and every batch, quality of that can be measured in a very little time if we are using AI tool. So it is being used. It has started gaining acceptance across, and it is definitely going to help us to take things to Six Sigma in manufacturing process. So this is just I wanted to add.
Definitely. But what I mean, the we must use the AI because AI can solve many things which doesn't come in my mind. But we should not completely dependent on AI. That is my thing.
Mr. Nilanjan, I completely agree with you. I mean, every new technology has pros and cons.
Yes.
Pros is that once we start using a new tool, we try to give all the automated part.
Yeah.
So
Dr. Roy, the time of this discussion is now getting over. So let this be the last question. After that, we can close it. And thank everybody. Okay?
sure. Should I continue or should I just stop?